So the Let Grow program starts really simply. It takes kids, in the case I went to, this school, they were working with 9-year-olds, the class I spent time with, and they just say to them, your homework is to just do something on your own that you don't normally do and report back to the class about it. Just tell us about it, right? So I spoke to these kids who did different things. And at first, a lot of the parents were like, no. One of the kids just wanted to do the washing. And no, he'll break it or ruin it. No, right? So they had to do a lot of work persuading the parents just to let their children do anything. But it was these kids, it was so interesting seeing their faces light up. One of them had done a lemonade stand on their street. One of them was obsessed with turtles, and she thought that the trash near the river was killing the turtles. So she went and she cleared some of the trash to save the turtles. One of a little boy, I can picture him so clearly. He was a little pale, red-headed boy. Said, there was said it very quietly to me. Said, there's a rope in my garden hanging from a tree, and I'd never climbed it, and I climbed the rope. And I remember Lenore was with me, and she said, in what previous generation would there have been a rope in the garden that's obviously there to be climbed, and you'd have a healthy 9-year-old boy, and he wouldn't even think to climb it? But you could see the kids that lighting up when they talked about this. There was one boy, I'll call him LB, that's not his real name, who, it was so moving. He had decided, so he was always being treated as a kid who was not competent. He wasn't good at academic stuff. It was constantly a fight with his mum to get him to read. And he decided he wanted to build a raft, initially just a small model raft. So he gets a load of glue stick, a glue gun, a load of, toothpicks and things, and he builds this raft. And he gets into an early form of flow, right? His mum, he said he was really not good at focusing, told me, I just would sit there for hours and hours doing this, right? When he was set free from arbitrary, meaningless homework to just, find something you find interesting. So he sits there for hours, and they took it out to the sea near Long Island, and pushed it out. And then he said he wanted to build a bigger and bigger things. So he gets more and more into it. He starts reading a load to learn, how do you build bigger things? He goes and asks the neighbours, can I have the bamboo in your yard? He ended up building an amphibious wagon, really big amphibious wagon, pushes it out onto the sea, and it sank. And I said, how did you feel? And he said, I was sad, but I was determined to make it work. And he was explaining it in all this detail. And I remember Donna saying to me, setting that child free to do that has taught him so much more than us didactically standing over him, lecturing him. And to learn more on this, check out my book and audiobook on attention, Stolen Focus.